Let me ask you this. You know, now that I see you in person, you don't look like a black person. You look like a dark-skinned Latina or something like that, right?
Really?
Why would you want to call yourself Afro Latina? Black people are so negative. There's nothing really good about being an Afro. It's such a negative thing. Why would you want to present yourself in a half, because you're 100% Latina, why would you want to present yourself with the Afro thing? What's the purpose?
The thing is that what exactly does a Latina look like? So
like
if I'm a dark Latina, what does a Latina look like?
Like you.
So what does an African American woman look like? Like me.
No, but there's no such thing as an African American woman. They made that up.
Okay, so we're all Africans.
They are American. They were born here, they're American, but they're dumb, and so they're calling themselves African Americans because they don't think for themselves. Jesse Jackson told them to call themselves that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you, a woman like you, so talented, you don't even look like them, why would you want to attach that to your name? What?
You know, you are very special. Moving forward. Help! Okay.
Yes, guys, welcome to Culture War. Jess is going to be interviewing an Afro Latino social justice warrior. She's also a singer, an actor, so many other stuff. Very interesting video. Jessie trolled hard, triggered hard. You know, the video is very interesting, entertaining, and also I'm sure we'll learn a thing or two as usual from Jessie's videos. And also, please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Also, I want to further implore you to support the channel by giving super thanks and also becoming members of the channel so we can grow this channel. The vision is big for this channel, and I need your support. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video.
I have with me singer and actress Amara La Negra.
There you go, you did it. It wasn't that hard.
I went over it, over it, over
Amara La Negra, you did good. You did
nice
good.
name. She's also the star on VH1 reality series Love and Hip Hop Miami. That's amazing. Welcome to the show.
Amen. Thank you so much for having me.
I know I have to ask you some of the things that you've been asked over and over and over again.
Over and over and over
again. At some point, we won't have to ask you these questions.
I doubt
because some people are getting to know you. Number one, do you believe that my show is called The Fallen State, F-A-L-L-E-N, The Fallen State. Do you believe that human beings are in a fallen state?
That who?
Human beings, people.
That we're in a fallen state?
Yeah.
I think that everything obviously has changed, you know, in comparison how we used to view things, our morals and everything else, and you know, this new generation, I do feel that we kind of are slightly sinking in a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I still believe that there's hope, you know, there's hope, but we are a little bit not in the best place as of right now.
That's true. Where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Miami. My parents are Dominican, and that's why I proudly consider myself Dominican.
Did you eat red dirt while growing up?
Red dirt? No, but I'm sure my family members.
I used to eat red dirt in Alabama.
Yeah.
So I wondered, did your family do the same thing growing up there?
Probably out there they do, but not in Miami.
Good.
Yeah, what did it taste like?
Minerals and taste kind of sweet. And it's really good for the digestive system.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I might have to.
Well, I'm gonna have to take you to Alabama so you can.
I'm down. I'm real open-minded. Let's do it.
So you can have some red dirt. So you are a singer and actress. What caused you to get into that? I heard you sing too.
Yes.
I watched some of your video. Mamma Mia. Hola.
Hola. Actually, I started when I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I started when I was 4 years old in a very important TV show for the Latin community called Salo Gigante.
Yeah.
I was there for 6 years every Saturday, and pretty much just started as a child star. Then I started doing commercials for Disney, a little bit of everything. I've worked as a TV host, as a radio host. I've done a little bit of everything to get to where I am today.
Right on.
So.
I know a lot of people are concerned for whatever reason about if you were black or not. because you call yourself Afro Latina.
I've been told that, I do blackface, and this is really not my skin color. I actually take melanin shots, and I also spray tan just to get this, this shade of black.
Amazing.
Because I'm really not black. My features don't match my skin color.
It's so weird that some black people believe that.
It's
you
terrible.
You just said that as a joke.
Yeah.
But some people actually believe that.
I've actually had to go to interviews where they've asked to touch my skin to see if it comes off. And I've done it, but deep down inside I've been like, this is so pathetic. And it's actually, it's a terrible feeling to know that you certain places you go, you have to like prove yourself, constantly.
I know.
But when I say that I'm an Afro Latina, it's not as difficult as people make it seem. It means that I come from African descent, but my culture and everything else, I'm Latina, I'm Dominican. A lot of people feel that Africans were only dropped in America, and there's not more black people like me in the rest of the world than there is.
Yeah.
So, it took a second for some people to digest that
Did your
information.
parents identify themselves as Afro Latina, or did they just identify as Dominicans?
They consider, the thing about us is that if we're on the same island, we're all Dominicans. We obviously can tell that you're black because we can see each other.
That's right.
So there's no need to actually separate that. But when you come to America, you kind of feel the need, in my case, to separate that and tell you, yes, I am Latina, but I'm also of African descent, because there's the stereotypes that Latinas all look a certain type of way, and it's not true.
Do the light-skinned Dominicans discriminate against the dark-skinned Dominicans?
I don't like to generalize. I never like to
Does
say.
that happen though in that country?
I will say that it has happened.
Yeah.
And there is a selective amount of people, because, generalizing has got me into trouble, and it's never, it's like everything in life, with the good comes the bad, and there's racism everywhere, and colorism everywhere, and classism everywhere.
Right.
So, that's, unfortunately, I don't feel that it's ever going to end. We can only but try to make it better and figure out a way to live together better, but it's always going to be there.
In this country, the light skin discriminates against the dark skin. Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know.
At Howard University, a black university in Washington, D.C., at one point, they only took in light-skinned blacks. They would not take in the dark ones.
Yeah,
and that's a black school.
Yeah, that a lot of those things continue to happen. It's just that I don't feel that it takes having a lot of guts, a lot of balls to actually stand up and say, this is what's happening. Because you have to understand that when you decide to take this responsibility, becoming the voice of a community that has been put in the shadows for so long, you will get a lot of backlash. And you will get a lot of people that are gonna uplift you for doing something positive, and that's great. But I do get a lot of nigger notes, and I do get a lot of, that type of stuff that I don't necessarily make public, but I do.
One time I was trying to learn how to say your last name. I said, La Negra.
La Negra. Sí, La Negra.
But let me ask you this. Now that I see you in person, you don't look like a black person. You look like a dark-skinned Latina or something like that, right?
Really?
Why would you want to call yourself Afro Latina? Black people are so negative. There's nothing really good about being an Afro. And they pretend to be...
You're terrible.
No.
What?
And they pretend to be Afro Americans when really they are Americans. They wouldn't even recognize Africa if it drove down the road past them.
Right.
It's such a negative thing. Why would you want to present yourself in because you're 100% Latina, why would you want to present yourself with the Afro thing? What's the purpose?
Culturally, yes, I am very Dominican. I am very Latina, but you can obviously also tell I am very black as well.
Right.
And I wouldn't say what exactly. The thing is that what exactly does a Latina look like? So
like
if I'm a dark Latina, what does a Latina look like?
Like you.
So what does an African American woman look like? Like me.
No, but there's no such thing as an African American woman. They made that up.
Okay, so we're all Africans.
They are American. They were born here. They're American, but they're dumb, and so they're calling themselves African Americans because they don't think for themselves. Jesse Jackson told them to call themselves that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you, a woman like you, so talented, you don't even look like them, why would you want to attach that to your name? What?
You are very special. Moving forward. Help! Okay. You know what?
You would do much better and sooner if you didn't have the Afro Latina.
No. I will always be Afro Latina, and that's why I'm an activist. I love my melanin. I love my background. I love my race, and you know, I feel that that's even more of a reasons why my name is Amara La Negra, which means, you know, in English the translation would be the black. I'm very proud of my color, you know, and I know that I've always had to work twice as hard in order to get my work recognized, but that's fine though.
Twice as hard as who?
Well, as anybody that's, you know, of lighter complexion. And this is not something that's new or something I'm trying to make a controversy about. This is actual facts, you know?
But see, that's not true either. The blacks are lying about that when they say they have to work harder than the white person to move up. They're just lazy. They don't want to work hard.
No, I would never generalize and say that, you know, listen, black people are lazy.
They are. When they complain,
there's a certain
like
amount of people that can be lazy.
I know, but what they're saying is, Lord, I don't feel like working. But the white man gonna show me off.
No.
So I know I gotta work, Lord. I gotta go out here.
But are you serious though?
Yeah, I gotta work harder than the white man. You're supposed to work hard. The reason you're so good at what you do, you naturally do it. And not because you're trying to prove anything to the white people, you just being you. Isn't that better?
But the thing about it is that in my eyes, it's not a black and white thing. Not in my eyes.
But in their eyes, it is.
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm not concerned about their eyes. You see, I'm concerned about minds. In my eyes, coming from a Latin background, also being born and raised in the United States, I'm able to see both sides. And it's not, you know, colorism also exists amongst my own community. And we're all Dominicans, or we're all Cubans, or we're all Venezuelans, or we're all Latinos at the end of the day, and that still happens amongst us. So it's not just a Caucasian thing and a black thing, not in my eyes.
But to these black people, it is. I'm telling you, black people are not.
So out of curiosity,
the lights are on, but ain't nobody home.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, just out of curiosity, so what are you? What are you?
An American.
You're an American.
American. The guitar playing in my heart, not drums.
Not drums.
I'm an American. Why don't you just be Dominican?
I am Dominican.
But don't put the Afro stuff. You hurt yourself.
Never.
Believe me.
Oh, okay.
Because they're never going to accept you.
Oh, well, then I have another option but to. See, I'm breaking barriers and it's working. So I think it's also about being vocal and also being able to uplift other people to realize their own greatness. And it has worked. It is working, you know. People in Espanol just consider me one of the 50th most prettiest people, and I was able to be on the cover, which for the most part, we don't get a lot of, if not to say none at all, but we don't get a lot of Afro Latinos on covers, on soap operas, on movies. So, you know, it is working to be vocal about it.
But you know why you don't see a lot of black people on magazines and things, right? Because black people don't work for themselves. They want the white man to do it rather than just doing it themselves. If they did it themselves.
But okay.
And not all, but most.
Right. Let's not say most or anything like that, because there is a lot of successful African Americans, successful black people, if you don't want to, you know, put the African part. There's a lot of amazing, successful people that are
not true.
Brilliant, that are... I'm sorry, what?
Not true. I don't know if you know or not, in this country, black people are not successful. They're only where they are because of affirmative action based on color. They're not smart enough. They don't work as hard. They're there because of color. That's why I don't want you to have the Afro thing, because I watched some of your videos. You have a natural talent. So if you just be you.
I am me.
But don't do the Afro thing, because blacks only get in these positions because of their color, not because they're qualified.
Oh, okay.
They get into
like you're not qualified to be here now?
Yeah, because I'm not into the Afro thing.
Oh, okay. So
I'm just being me.
Okay.
And so, but if you're into the Afro thing, the white people are gonna let you in because they're scared not to, and not because they think you're qualified. You see these black entertainers, the black educators, they're not real smart. They only got it because of affirmative action. Now they want reparations. Do you want reparations?
I'm actually not sure, but I'm sorry. This is the first time I have an interview like this. You know, I'm feeling a little lost right now.
Are you having fun though?
I'm not sure how to feel right now.
What do you mean?
I'm slightly confused. I don't know if to laugh or if to, you know, have a love and hip hop moment.
Have a love and hip hop moment.
Okay.
We're having fun. But I just don't want you to mess up your life by joining on with these people. You know what I'm saying? Leave
Who
off
are
the
these
Afro,
people?
The Afro people. But let's move on because of time.
Yeah, let's move on because I'm not sure if we're on the same page, and I'm not sure if this is a joke or if you're serious, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to react.
Do you believe that America is a racist country?
Excuse me?
Do you believe that America is a racist country?
I believe that there are racist people in this country. I do.
And have you ever seen?
I would
it?
never say that America, no, because
Right.
America is built by many immigrants, and it's
Have
impossible
you ever
to see
seen
that.
any racist people?
I've seen people that do racist things. Yes.
Like who?
We can't. I mean, there's a lot of people that do racist things.
Can
in
you
this.
point out one?
Of course, there's a selective group of, I don't know what you call the KKK, but I'm sure that they consider themselves to be racist.
Right,
I'm sure
they're evil. It's an evil organization. Hateful.
Oh my God! I thought you're about to say they're great or something like that because you seem to be
But they're no different than the Black Lives Matter people.
All right, so I think what was great. This EP that I have, Unstoppable, it's actually really good. I'm gonna invite you to download it on Spotify, iTunes, and all that good stuff because we should move forward to something different because this is gonna get only but intense.
What's
So,
an EP?
EP. But in my case, my EP is more like an appetizer, it's a taster of what's to come. My album will be out in summer if all goes well, Lord. And that's what I'm actually promoting right now.
How do you feel about the real conversation that we're having? You feel uncomfortable with that?
I don't have a problem sitting here and actually debating this with you.
Well, we're just really conversating. We're not debating.
Right. Or conversating.
Right.
We can conversate for a really long time. Even though for 2 seconds, it almost feels like talking to a wall because I don't feel that you're open-minded enough to.
No, I'm totally open.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm totally open. Just have your way. I'm totally open.
Okay, that's important.
So, yeah, just have.
Hey.
Yeah. I believe that the best, and then there's so many things I have to ask you, so I'm moving a little faster.
Oh, okay, be my guest. Hey, I'm all yours today. Go for it.
I believe that the best way to unite the races is through truth. Do you believe that?
Through truth?
By being honest with one another.
I believe honesty is very important, of course.
When I say that there's no such thing as racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, or deadbeat dadism, there's only right or wrong, good or evil. People treat people according to their heart.
Okay.
If they're angry people, they're
Right.
going to treat you in that way. If they're good, they're going to treat you in that way. And because of that, our battle is a spiritual battle, warfare between good and evil. No such thing as racism. It's a made-up lie. And I grew up on the Jim Crow laws. I grew up in Alabama on a plantation. Do you agree with me that no such thing as racism, knowing that it's spiritual?
The thing is that it all depends on how you want to see it. Some people will see it on the political side. Some other people will see it on the spiritual side. I do understand your point of view about right or wrong,
Right.
evil or good, and definitely I can somewhat agree with that because when you're born, you're not born knowing about color.
That's right.
You're not born knowing about these things. These are things that are implemented or put to you when you're growing up, whether it is by your parents, TV, society, etc. So I do understand that part. Even when you see kids in daycare centers,
They don't care
They
about
don't
that
care.
kind.
They all love and play together, and I
Yeah.
do understand that part. Unfortunately, once you grow in this society, in this world, you automatically eventually learn that shades do matter.
But is that taught to you in an attempt to control you? Because it's not real, but if someone tells you something like that and you believe it, they now have control over you.
Right. I just feel like it's just programmed. You know what I mean? A lot of the things that we feel, a lot of the things that we see, a lot of the things that we view are based off the way that we've been raised, the things that have been told to
absolutely,
us.
which is not true.
So I totally understand, what you're saying. Yeah, I agree.
Are you offended by black people when you're doing these interviews and they're so concerned about your color? Are you a real black person? Don't you wish that you didn't have to go through that?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to explain it as much, but at the same time, I don't mind explaining it because I feel that if it's a way of me educating people, then I would never be upset. And if you want to know, I would never be upset because you want to gain some type of knowledge of something that you may not have an understanding on. I'd rather you to ask than to be just stupid.
That's right. But if you had come to me first, I never saw any of your videos or heard about you, I would have known that you are from another country because
Right.
your accent, right? I wouldn't have not have cared about your color at all. We would just sat here and have some fun.
Right.
And so don't you, or do you believe that black people are the ones with the problem about race rather than any other race? Because most of the videos I've seen, you are explaining yourself to black people.
I've explained myself to black people. I've explained myself to people from other races. I wouldn't just talk about the black people. I've spoken to anybody who's been curious about my background, because like I said, when you talk about Latinos or Latinas, in my case, at least in the entertainment industry, which was the reasons why I decided to become an activist, you see Jennifer Lopez, Salma Hayek, Sofia Vergara, Talias. These are the women that is portrayed as Latinas, but they never talk about us. And there isn't a Latin country that doesn't have people that look like us.
But you put those women to shame.
Why?
You look much better. You sound better.
Thank you. We're all beautiful,
but you're not even competition. They're not your competition at all.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
for
you.
real. So next time they ask you about that, you mentioned something called colorism. What is colorism?
And I'm sure that in your eyes, that doesn't exist either. Nothing exists. Nothing exists in this world but the good and the bad, and I totally understand that. Because nothing matters, and the only thing that really does matter is this EP that I am promoting, Unstoppable. With this new song, Celebra, featuring Messia. All these amazing projects that I'm doing, it's great.
What happened to your afro? You had a big old fro.
I do.
Where is it?
Actually, I went to do an audition for a movie in New York, and they actually wanted a different look. So I said, okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. If that's going to get me the gig, okay. I've always said that my hair is part of me, but it's not who I am.
That's right.
Amara is not an afro. It just so happens to be that I like to rock an afro, but, you know.
So many things I want to ask you.
I know that pad over there got me feeling scary.
Really?
What's in there? What are you reading?
I had so many things because I watched some of your videos last night. I did some research on you. I think that if you don't listen to these black people, you're gonna be amazing.
You know what?
If you listen to them, they're gonna mess up your life. If you just be you.
But I am being myself.
Don't let them
help
fool.
me.
Those people like rubbing your hand to see black people. Rubbing you to see if your black came off.
But it's also happened, with Latinos as well. There's a misconception for a lot of people, and I can't be upset if you just don't know or if you're curious. I don't get upset at that. A lot of people have said through social media, this has been very ignorant, that my features don't match my skin complexion, as if everybody that's of dark complexion should have certain types of features. But obviously, we're so mixed, especially in the Dominican Republic or in the Caribbean or whatever. There's a little bit of everything, whether it's Europeans, Spaniards, or whatever. They came into the country. So I have aunts that are have light eyes and blonde hair, and then my father is way darker than I am. So it's just a mixture amongst us that creates certain features, certain body types, so it's hard when people say stupid stuff like that, because I didn't choose to look this way, nor would I ever want to change.
The women are jealous because you look better than them.
I wouldn't know how to say that I look better than them, because I think that I'm pretty decent. And there's a lot of beautiful women,
There are.
There's a lot of beautiful women.
But you still look better than them.
Well, only because this is my interview, I'm going to accept that. That's right. Thank you.
So would you marry a white man?
Yes.
Why? But I thought that black people think that white people are against them. Why
the way that you say black people as if you're not part of them is hilarious.
But why would black people want to marry the enemy?
Here's the thing. I personally judge people by who they are as a person. It's only right or wrong. I believe in love, and I believe if you treat me well, if you respect me, if we get along, if there's chemistry, if there's all these other factors, then I'm not really looking at the way that your skin is set up. That's just personally myself. There's some people that disagree, and they feel that you should only date inside your race. I don't believe in that, but then that's just me.
So would you like to get married, have kids, and all that?
Of course, I would love to.
Well, I want you to know right now that if you marry a white man and have half white babies, the black people are going to reject you.
Oh, that's fine.
But you do know that, right?
That's fine.
So make all your money And all that before they see you with the white man.
That's not true. This guy is terrible. You know what? Realistically, I do know there's going to be people that are going to feel a certain type
That's
of way, but at
right.
the end of the day, you have to do what's right for you. If you follow, if you listen to what everybody has to say about you and the way that you should live your life, you will never be happy because everybody is always trying to tell
Thank
somebody
you.
how to live their life and what to do. Nonetheless, they don't know how to live their lives. So
That's right. That's why I want you to remove the Afro thing and just live your life and be an example for all people.
you know what? I think you might be right. I think you might be right. So therefore, I want you to start paying all my bills, and I don't want to worry about nothing in my life since you have the answer.
Will you marry me?
Are you married now?
No.
How's your bank account set up?
Heavy.
Okay, well, we might have to discuss
Yeah,
this.
heavy. I'm gonna need a woman like you to help with my bank account.
That's right. I'm gonna help you spend it.
So will
I got you.
Will you marry me?
Yes, of course. I
Okay,
mean,
I'll take care of you then.
okay.
You
Me,
want-
my mama, and you know what I'm saying, my family.
No, not your mama.
No.
Not
As a
your-
Latina, as a Latina,
No
it's a
mama.
whole.
No.
It's all of us.
No, you have to
Listen,
leave mama behind.
Never.
You're gonna have to throw mama off the train.
Never in this planet.
But it wouldn't work if mama come around.
Oh, you know what? Then never mind. I'm good. I'd rather be broke with my mother.
Really?
All the
But
time,
you're
every
gonna mess
time.
up your relationships.
With who? Oh, that's fine. I know how to do myself, and I do myself great.
But mama's not gonna let you do it.
Let me do what?
Be yourself with your man.
Oh, she does. She puts the music really loud so she can't hear.
That's amazing.